to Japan, we were sort of hoping to get a better sense of what the automakers were doing with automated driving and electromobility.
So in 1964, Japan held the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, and World War II had ended less than 20 years before that. And to kind of showcase how far they had come technologically, Japan unveiled at the same time as they had the Olympics the Shinkansen, the bullet train. In 2020, Tokyo is again hosting the Summer Olympics, and to show how far they've come since then, there's a huge push for autonomous cars.
We got the chance to try out some technology, some stuff that's not available in the US. First we talked to Subaru, and we didn't really talk all that much. They ran us through EyeSight with Touring Assist and threw us the keys to a WRX.
It's a rainy day here in Tokyo, but we're going to take this out on the highway and see how the system works in less than perfect conditions. So we're on the highway right now and we're in a traffic jam, and this is actually a perfect time to use this system. What's interesting about Touring Assist and Subaru EyeSight is that it relies on these cameras, while a lot of other systems rely on radar and ultrasonic sensors, sometimes in tandem with cameras. But basically it's a different sensor suite that does the exact same practical purpose. This is the first time I've driven any WRX with an automatic transmission, which is kind of cool, or steering wheel on the right side of the car, for that matter. I can feel this switch starting to turn in my brain on flipping right and left.
Nissan had something similar as well, called ProPilot, which we actually do have in the US on a very limited basis. Over there we drove the Nissan Leaf, which is the all-electric vehicle.
We had hoped to go for a ride in one of their autonomous Nissan Leaf prototypes. They're doing autonomous taxis right there from the headquarters called Easy Ride as a trial project. They said we couldn't get in one of those, that it was booked up. Don't know what their motivations were, but it was a little weird. We did get a really nice day driving the Nissan Leaf around. It was a nice, early, full drive, so I was really happy to get to spend some quality time with the Leaf.
The car we're in right now has 151 miles of range from a 40 kilowatt hour battery. Coming in the future will be the E Plus battery. That will offer probably about 225 miles of range. We're not exactly sure on the details yet. Now, I think this car looks very nice. I can actually call this one the Leaf. The last one looked more like a loaf of bread. This one, especially with the floating roof design that's very popular right now, it's very in. I don't know how long that's gonna seem fresh, but right now it still looks cool. And the car we're in has a two-tone. It's got the yellow body color with black roof, and I think it looks pretty spiffy.
Honda, we stepped away from the autonomous topic a bit and went to the Honda Museum at Motegi, which is arguably one of the best car museums in the world.
The tour started off with a temporary installation about the life of Soichiro Honda, which was really interesting. It went through powering bikes with gas motors, to having a factory, to World War II, and talking about how racing sort of drove Honda's development. Honda Collection Hall at Motegi is a pilgrimage to be made, and it's an absolute must if you're a Honda fan. It was just fantastic.
Having fun?
Yeah, so the trip to Japan was about cars, but it ended up sort of giving us a really good sense of Japan's transportation ecosystem, and trains are a big part of that. Perhaps the pinnacle of that is the bullet train, the Shinkansen.
On the weekend, we went from Tokyo to Kyoto, and we took the Shinkansen. Very easy experience. You talk to someone when you buy the ticket.
We got our tickets, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I'm not sitting next to the window, but two of us are gonna be on the ocean side, and one of us is gonna be on the mountain side. So
Mount Fuji side.
So either way, it sounds like it's a scenic ride to Kyoto. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fast. It takes like 2 hours to go 250 miles.
What's the average? 125 miles an hour then?
You're great at math there, John.
I like going fast.
John, you like going fast?
I like trains.
It was about a 2-hour train ride going, I think we hit a top speed of like 160-ish miles per hour. And it's smooth. You can walk around the train. You can get food on the train. You can take a nap on the train. You can see Mount Fuji on the train. It was an incredible experience.
Tokyo is a crowded metropolis. It's anything you could want to do or buy or see, they have it there. Kyoto is a lot different. Kyoto feels more ancient, more historical, and walking around Kyoto, there's temples and shrines everywhere, and beautiful architecture and a ton of history. The temples and shrines in Kyoto are really humbling. We went to one dedicated to the god Inari, the god of rice. This was like a whole mountain with lots of different structures and sub-shrines and artwork. And this place has all these gates. They're painted orange, they're called torii. And they're gates that sort of symbolize stepping into a sacred place from the regular world. If I were going back to Japan, that would be the place where I'd spend the most time. I love Japan. It's a really neat place. It's very busy, it's very structured.
So we only had a week in Japan, and so we kind of just went, and had a lot of long days. But there's just so much to see that I could get sleep back when I'm back at home. So we just kind of went until we crashed each night, and then woke up early and started all over again.
The thing is, the people in Japan are so accommodating and polite. It makes this place that would be really difficult to get around and understand. It makes it super easy and super fun.
Okay. Rolling. I have now spent a good amount of time in both the Nissan Leaf